Thank you very much. Would anyone like to say something or ask something or a joke or a poem? Yes.
You're probably one of the most original musicians I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. I hope it. Oh.
I find that your music casts a spell, and the applause. I really appreciate the music, but I find the applause breaks the spell. And since this is new music, this is a new century, is there some other way we can show our appreciation that doesn't break the spell?
Yeah. Well, the Sufis had this tradition, and it's just demonstrated here. So do that. Sometimes in a concert, I will actually say, please don't applaud, please show your appreciation, certainly, or at the very end, way after the end. People get, everyone's different, and what I find is that some people, they don't find that very easy to deal with. They want to show their appreciation, and they're not used to that. So it's always a bit, you're always going to end up, and other times I've said, if you feel it was a particularly quiet piece and you don't want to destroy the atmosphere, just do that. And half the audience does that. So, I don't know. But thank you, yes, it does chase the angels away, because when one has an experience of music, we have an experience that is not in this dimension, that we have something can happen to us, which is, which we are distracted from if we hear noises, so I am aware of that. But I still think, forgive me, but I thought I wouldn't say anything today because I thought, well, I didn't want to embarrass people. But I am aware of that phenomenon. So when I play the Turkish Saz, you can hardly hear it. And people never applaud after I play that because they can tell it's just going to ruin it, Might just as well not have played it. But, Charlie?
Do you begin with a concept of a title and then compose to it, or do you compose and then find the title?
I usually put the title afterwards. Yeah.
I think that's unusual for most artists.
Sometimes friends will say, like I played this piece to my artist friend Michael Shadow. He says, that reminds me of a fountain. So it's like these patterns, these sort of joyful patterns that keep sprawling into space and interlocking shapes. So I call it a fountain. Yes.
Could you talk about the piece you did with the movement? Was that Tai Chi?
Well, I did Tai Chi for 2 years, and now I have 2 movement teachers. I have a Korean teacher who teaches me some creative movement and also some release of tension. This guy is amazing. He spent his whole life trying to unwind the body and understand how to unlock the body's tension. He's very good. I also, as a choreographer, he choreographed for Bina Bausch's company just before she died in Germany. And no one else seems like they want to have lessons from him at the moment, so I'm the only person who takes lessons from this man, which is terribly sad. But I've been with him for about 4 or 5 years, and he taught me basically that the shoulders and the pelvis are the real culprits for winding us up. The tense shoulders and pelvis somehow gets out of where it should be. So just learning to get a dialogue between the two, moving independently and together. That's the sort of the thing I've learned most from him. But there's a lot of different things. A lot of it is learning how to talk to the body, because we very often we don't pay attention to what the body's telling us. I found that he gave a demonstration one evening, this fellow, and I felt so disturbed by it. I thought, I've got to find out why I'm so disturbed by watching this guy do movements. So and I realized it because I had a lot of tension to let go of, and it was very useful to